Swahili is the most practical language, not because it's big, it was one of the big languages. No, it's not, but it's already being spoken in different countries. So you might say Zulu is big, but it's only spoken in South Africa.
Wow, Hakuna Matata. Julius Malema is the leader of South Africa's Economic Freedom Fighters EFF party. Malema calls for adoption of Swahili as Africa's common language. Malema made the remarks at a media briefing organized by the EFF. He said we must develop a common language that can be used throughout the continent. Like Swahili, if it can be developed as the language of the continent.
Once you go with a language that is already in different countries, then you are not going to start from zero. Hence, we have made a call as
also
EFF.
very similar to Nguni languages,
Yes.
by the way.
So we have made a call, and you'll find some dialects of Zulu as well in Swahili. So we have made a call to the minister in the past as EFF for Swahili to be taught in schools. And once we start teaching Swahili as South Africa, then we'll be able to call all of African continent to start teaching Swahili. And once we've got a common language that we can use to communicate amongst ourselves and not use colonial languages, the unity of Africa is going to be easy. Now we are divided between the Francophones and the Anglophones.
Swahili is the most spoken native language in Africa. Speakers are spread out in more than 14 countries. Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan, Somalia, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, Comoros, and as far as Oman and Yemen in the Middle East.
I challenge the SABC radio to play more of Swahili music because we want to promote the language Swahili so that there could be one common language that can unite the people of Africa. Through one language, as Africans will be able to understand each other's message and appreciate each other's existence and will not see each other as enemies. We see each other as enemies today because we see each other through the lenses of our colonizers.
Approximately 100 million people are able to converse in Swahili. That figure means Swahili is spoken by more people than Korean or Italian. Swahili is also an official language of the African Union.
We are divided through colonial languages. Let's push this language and make sure that we've got some starting point. And the most practical thing to do now, which the minister and the president should support if they're interested in uniting African people, is to say, let's teach Swahili and encourage other countries to start teaching Swahili. Then we have canvassed the first ground of dealing with the most basic, which is communication. Because in most cases we agree, but we talk past each other because of language.
South Africa has 11 official languages that are taught in schools. Over the years, a number of other foreign languages have been included in the official curriculum as alternative subjects. They include French, Mandarin, and German. Kiswahili will be the only African language from across the South African borders to be included in the formal curriculum.
In the EFF media briefing, Malema also called for the unification of Africa, rooting for a single currency, single president, and single parliament. Wow, this is your one and only Director Jao. And like I always say, whoever has a brain, sense is expected.